Good morning and Jai Hind children. Now today I am going to revise the chapter crop production. Alright. Children, already you have studied in the chapter that the different methods which are used in the field of agriculture. Alright. And the different steps which are taken by the farmers to grow their crops and to increase the amount of their production of crop. Alright, so the different methods which are used there, the different steps which are taken by the people, by the farmers, that all are discussed in this chapter. Getting? So first of all, we will start the chapter from the methods of crop production. Right? The methods of crop production, when the crops are going to produce in the field, so the farmers need to do a well planning, a well preparation for each and everything. Then they are able to grow their production. They are able to improve their production. Get it? So the different methods which are used by the farmers in crop production are the first method or the first step taken by the farmers are the preparation of soil. What is the first method? Preparation of soil. In preparation of soil simply indicates that before sowing the seeds in the field, the soil must be prepared well so that what can happen? The seeds can germinate well, they can grow well, and finally it can give more production, more amount of crops. Alright, so preparation of soil is must. Means you have to test the nature of your soil. The different nutrients which are present in them are not present. If any nutrient is absent, so you have to take some steps to add those nutrients in the soil. Moisture content must be also proper in the soil before sowing the seeds. Alright, clear? And also the soil must be loosened. Then the seeds can grow, seeds can germinate. Get it? And also the proper amount of air should be present in the soil that can provide the sufficient oxygen to the roots of the plant. So these all things comes under the first method and the first step, that is preparation of soil. Get it? Now the second step is there. The second method is seed selection. Nowadays, children, you must have seen that in the market different varieties of seeds of crops are available. So before sowing the seeds, you must have to take the proper decision that which kind of seed you have to sow in your field if you want to improve your production. Get it? Understood? Seed selections done on the basis of the certain properties or characteristic features of different varieties of seeds. Some varieties of seeds are what? They can protect themselves from any kind of pest. Means they are disease resistant. Such kind of seeds that not easily get damaged or infected by any kind of pest are known as what? Disease resistant variety. Get it? Some kind of seeds, some varieties of seeds are there in which we need to provide less water. Means they can grow and they can give more production only in less water. Means the method of irrigation or the supply of water which are required by the plant, it should be minimized. Get it? So these are some of the properties on the basis of which the seeds get selected by the farmer. Alright. Now after this, the next method or the next step is sowing. When the seed gets selected by the people, then the work of sowing the seeds started. Now children, here you also must have to know the sowing of seeds takes place in two different methods. There are some seeds, some crops whose seeds directly sown in main field. Alright, and there are some kind of plants whose seeds not directly shown in the main field. First, they get grown in the nurseries, and when they get attain a height about 12 inches or 13 inches, then they need to transplant to the main field. Get it? So this method of transplanting a small sapling of the plants to the main field is known as transplantation. What it is known as? Transplantation. And the example of such kind of crop is paddy. Paddy is one of the very common example whose seeds not directly shown in the main field. First their seeds get grown in the nurseries, okay, and after what? The seed get germinated and attain a height of about 1 feet, then they get taken out and then they transplanted into the main field. Get it? So just like that, many crops are there. Tomato, brinjal, chilies, okay, paddy. These all crops are sown in the same method. Means they transplanted from nursery to main field. Whereas there are some kind of seeds, some kind of crops whose seeds directly shown into the main field, like wheat. Is it? The seeds of wheat directly shown into the main field, and they germinate there, they grow there, and gives the grains. Alright, so there are two methods which are used in sowing of the plants or the seeds into the main field. Children, in previous time, this sowing of the plants or the seeds takes place manually. But nowadays, we have different machines, alright, who can minimize your effort, who can minimize your time, and they can sow a large field in less time. Get it? Seed drill is one of the example. The seed drill is a machine which is used generally to sow the seeds into the main field. Get it now? Now, after sowing the seed, suppose the seed gets sown in the field and they get germinated. So, what is the next step and what is the next method? It is, yes, it is manuring. Manuring is the next step, next method. In this method, what happens? The proper nutrients are provided to the plants. Get it? Because you know very well, every kind of crop requires some nutrient. Then they are able to grow, then they are able to give more production. Get it now? And these nutrients, some of them are already present in the soil naturally. But some of the nutrients need to supply artificially to the plants. Get it? So in manuring step, what farmers do? They add certain substances which are rich with nutrients, and when they get added in the soil, so plant absorb them and they fulfill the requirement of such nutrient for themselves. Get it? Now, children, one more thing you have to know here. The nutrients which are going to be provided to the plants through the soil is of two kinds. The one which is the natural material, which are made by natural substances. It is. And the second one which is made from certain chemicals in the factories. Get it? So compost is a kind of material which is rich with nutrients, but it is made up from what? Yes, biodegradable substances. Especially you can say that organic or inorganic. The compost or manures are organic or inorganic, children. It is organic substances. It is made up from organic substances. Whereas the second one, fertilizers, they are also rich with nutrients, but they are made from certain chemicals in the factories. Okay, so they are not made up from organic material. They are made up from chemicals, and they both are going to supply to the soil, and the nutrients get absorbed by the plant that help them to produce more what? Seeds, more grains. Get it? So in manuring what happened? Addition of nutrient rich substances like manures, compost, fertilizers and all. Get it? Now after this step, after this method, what comes next? That is irrigation. Supply of water to the plants. That is simply irrigation. Get it? As the plants are going to grow, so definitely they require water. Alright, so the on proper time, on proper amount of water should be supplied to the plant. Otherwise, what can happen? Their growth get affected, and the production of the crop also gets affected. Get it? So there are different methods used in our country, in different parts of the country for irrigation, for supply of the water. Get it? There are some traditional method and some modern method. Traditional methods are like that using tube wells, alright. And what are the, yes, chain pulley system is there, alright, using bullocks to pull the water from the well. So these are the different methods of irrigation used traditionally. But nowadays, as we know that the water is going to the groundwater is going to minimize. Okay, so there is a conservation of water is required, and for conserving the water, we need to supply only that much amount of water which are used by the plant. Because when the field get filled with water, so all water not get absorbed by the plants. Most of the water gets vaporized, get evaporated. Get it? And you can say that waste. So that is why the modern methods are used nowadays, like drip irrigation, like sprinkler system. In these modern methods, the water is going to conserve, and the water is going to supply to the plants directly to their roots, like in drip irrigation. Alright, understood everyone? Now, after the irrigation method, what is the next? Weeding. Weeds are the plants which are going to grow in the field along with the main crop, but they are harmful, or you can say that they are not useful for us, because they are going to compete with the main plant, with nutrients, with water, with sunlight and all. So that is why it need to remove those weeds, those unwanted plants. It is. And the removal of such unwanted plants from the field is simply known as weeding. Like the grasses get grow, you must have seen grasses grow along with our plants, main plants. Is it not? So the grasses are the unwanted plant that we need to remove. And this removal of that unwanted plant from the field is known as simply weeding. This weeding can occur in two ways. The first one, manually. Manually means people just pick them by hand and what? Remove them. And the second way is there, nowadays chemicals are present in the market that get spread on the field, and such chemicals are specially made that can affect only the weeds. It will not affect the main plant. Get it? And such kind of chemical substances are known as weedicides. What they are known as, children? Weedicides. So weedicides are the chemical substances which are used to what? Remove the weed plants from the main field. Get it? Understood? Now after removal of the weeds, what is the next method? That is protection from pest and disease. Protection from pest and disease. Our plants get infected by certain kind of microorganism, disease causing microorganism. It may be viruses, it may be bacteria, it may be fungus, alright, and all. So such all organisms who are responsible to cause certain diseases in the plants are termed as pests. Together, we can say that. Alright, alright children. So the pests are those all organisms who are causing certain diseases in the plants. Alright, and we need to remove them. Otherwise, what will happen? Our production will get affected. Is it now? Because we want to increase our production. And for increasing the production, our plant should be protected from certain diseases. Okay, and these all disease causing germs that paste who cause certain diseases in the plant get protected by using certain substances like pesticides. You can say that pesticides are those chemical substances which are used to spray on the plant that can kill the pest or that disease causing microorganism and protect our plant from diseases. Get it? So this is also an important step that farmers are taking to protect their plants from the infection of certain germs or from the diseases. Get it? And which chemical they are using? They are using simply pesticide. Get it? To protect the plant from fungus, fungicides are used. To protect the plant from insects, insecticides are used. Alright, but they all together known as pesticides. Get it? Now, after protection of the plants from the pest, the next step is yes, harvesting, cutting down of the ripened crops from the field. That is known as simply harvesting. Get it? When your crop get grow, it get mature, and now the seeds appear on it. So we need to cut now, and this process is known as simply harvesting. And the harvesting also takes place by two methods: manual or by machine. Manually, people use the sickle to cut. There is a small what device, or you can say that instrument, which is used to cut the harvested crops by hand. So this is the manual method of harvesting. But as the field we have much more, so it will take more time to cut all the plants by the hands. So that is why people are using certain machine like harvester machine, combine machine. So these all are the machines who can minimize our effort and also save our time. Get it? So in harvesting process, cutting down the mature crops occurs. Now after the harvesting or cutting down, what is the next step? Pressing. When the crops get cut from the field, so that time we have the grains present in the plant and rest of the part of the plant also, because it is not possible to pluck one by one seeds from the crop plant, is it not? So overall plant get cut, and now after that it need to separate the seeds from rest of the plant. It is. So separation of the seeds from the stalk of the plant, I say that stalk of the plant, is simply known as threshing. Again, the threshing manually takes place by beating the plant on the hard surface. That is the traditional method, manual method. But to minimize the time, to minimize the effort, we have the threshing machines nowadays. Get it? In threshing machines, the harvested plants, harvested crops kept, and this machine separate what? The grains and the stalk. Get it? Understood? Now, after the threshing, we have the next one is yes, winnowing. In winnowing, what happens? When the grains get cut out from the stalk, so it need to separate them and make the two heaps, one heap of grain and one heap of stalks. Get it? And this method is simply done by moving wind. Okay, and the name of the method is winnowing. Alright, so the mixture of grain and the stalk kept together, taken together, and it get what? Is thrown downwards, and the blowing wind carry the lighter stalk particle or hay particle far away from it, and all the grains get fall down at the same place. Get it? So this simple method is known as winnowing. And by this method, what happened? Our grains get separated. Okay, from the hay, from the stalk, from the chaff. and all. Now, after separating them, the next method is storage method. As the grains get separated from the chaff, it need to store them properly. Alright, children. So for storage, people are going to fill their grains in the sacks, jute sacks, and also we have large containers. Okay, silos are also used nowadays, in which millions are the tons of crops or the grains can be stored at a time. Storehouses are there to store the grains. So we have different option to store our grains. And protection is also needed at the time of storage, because most of the grains get eaten by certain rodent animals like rats and all. Get it? Some of the grains get infected from the fungus. So that after storage, it also need to protect them. Get it? So the proper design of storehouse play an important role to protect our crops from damaging, from moisture or from fungus and all. Alright, children. So if these all steps taken together properly, so what can happen finally? Our production will get increased. Production of the crop will increase. Okay. So that is why in this chapter, these all methods are suggested, these all steps are suggested. By using them, definitely a farmer can increase their production of crop. Alright? Understood everyone? Okay. Thank you and have a nice day, children.